Today, I'm creating the most overpowered, broken, god-tier cartoon character in all of animation history. Forget about Superman, Ben 10, Rick Sanchez, Bugs Bunny. Nah, none of them even come close. The character I'm about to build makes them all look like background extras in their own shows. And we're not talking just one universe here. I'm pulling from every cartoon multiverse in existence. Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, even the cursed depths of Canadian animation. Nothing is off limits. Well, almost nothing. First, let's set some ground rules. 1. We can only use one character per universe. If I pick Dexter's intelligence, that's it. I can't go back and use Dee Dee for speed or Mandark for clothing or whatever. One trait per universe, no exceptions. 2. We need to choose the absolute best option from each category, not just strongest in their show. I'm talking about the most broken characters to ever exist in cartoon history. 3. There will be sarcasm, there will be over-analysis, there will be bias. Accept it. Cool? Cool. Let's build a character that could literally erase the Looney Tunes multiverse by blinking. Ability number 1. Toon Force. Okay, this might feel like cheating, but I'll be real with you. Toon Force isn't an ability, it's a divine right. Contender 1. Bugs Bunny. Bugs literally gaslights gods. He's tunneled through space, replaced the film reel mid-episode, and fist-fought the concept of narrative structure. He argued with the animator and won. Toon Force means no rules apply. Not physics, not death, not common sense. Bugs is immortal because the joke needs to land. But Looney Tunes, we might need that for something else. Contender 2, The Mask. When Stanley puts on the mask, he stops being a person and becomes pure chaos.
They spent some quality time together, huh, champs?
He survives nukes, pulls anvils from thin air, rewrites scenes mid-frame, and turns logic into a punchline.
You think there were a short in here? Say, anyone know a good mask?
He doesn't just bend reality, he makes it do stand-up comedy, but I have plans for this one later. Contender 3, Freakazoid. He's pure chaos with a Wi-Fi signal. Freakazoid rewrites scenes by yelling at the writers, travels through data streams, and once ran down a cheetah while making airplane noises.
And the dinosaur.
Thanks, I forgot.
His power, being unpredictable, meme-powered, and having zero moral compass. Final pick, Bugs Bunny's Toon Force. It's the blueprint, the original sin. Everyone else is just running the modded version, so Looney Tunes equals used. Bugs Bunny is now spiritually embedded in our character's very essence. Ability number 1, locked. Ability number 2, reality warping. Let's be clear, this isn't your pull a rabbit out of a hat kind of reality shift. This is snap your fingers and make gravity cry kind of power. Contender 1, Bill Cipher, a multiversal triangle demon who turns nightmares into vacation homes. He's warped space, bent time, possessed gods, and once folded an entire town like origami for fun. Bill doesn't just rewrite reality, he roasts it first. But Gravity Falls might be needed elsewhere. Contender 2, Tootie's Imagination. Stick with me here. In Channel Chasers, cartoon characters literally create pocket dimensions with cartoon logic, meaning whatever they imagine becomes canon. Tootie, Timmy, even the villains can alter logic and storylines mid-fight. It's Saturday morning quantum physics. Still, let's keep Fairly Odd Parents open. Contender 3, Reality Gauntlet. This bad boy gives you the power to warp all of reality with, you guessed it, a clunky plastic glove. Jimmy used it to rewrite space-time, turn people into pizzas, and create an alternate version of Carl with buff abs and no lactose intolerance. It's dumb, it's broken, it's perfect. Final pick, Bill Cipher's reality warping. It's stylish, sinister, and absolutely unfair. He warps reality not out of necessity, but for aesthetic reasons.
I'll remake a fun world.
Gravity Falls equals used. Reality equals optional. Ability number 2, activated. Ability number 3, time manipulation. Because what's more broken than someone who can warp time? Someone who can rewind their own L's mid-scene. Contender 1, Clockwork, the literal embodiment of time in the Ben 10 universe. Clockwork can pause, fast forward, rewind, and erase events. He's not just a time traveler, he's the unbothered manager of every timeline, and he wears a giant clock on his chest like it's Pimp My Ride, Chrono Edition. Contender 2, Father Time. controls all time.
Every moment of time since time began.
Shows up once a year, resets everything, and disappears. Basically the IRS if they were a skeleton with a scythe and a pocket watch. Contender 3, Time Baby, a literal infant demigod made of raw chronal energy.
You have broken the eternal laws of space-time.
Has dominion over past, present, and future. The only reason he lost in the show is because Bill Cipher exists. Yeah, that guy again. Final pick, Clockwork from Ben 10, because unlike the others, he doesn't just use time, he is time, so Ben 10 is used. Our character can now undo every defeat before it even happens. Time secured. Now let's pick race. This is it, the biological blueprint of a multiversal nightmare, the part where we stop pretending this is fair. Let's break down the final contenders. Contender 1, Toon Patrol Enforcers. These guys literally exist outside continuity. Their job is to regulate other toons. They have author level power, like they could retcon you mid-dialogue, but they still operate by rules, and that's a red flag. Contender 2, the Urkins, biotech conqueror race. Self-repairing systems, plug-and-play power armor, integrated AIS. Zim was the defective model, and he still nearly ended Earth over a DVD menu.
Nobody even look at it!
Contender 3, the Gems. They don't need organs, or food, or gravity. They're sentient weapons who regenerate from emotional trauma and have literal fusion mechanics. Final pick, Urkins. Because the idea of combining Toon Force, time control, reality warping, Dexter's brain, the mask, and ghost powers into a hyper-engineered conqueror alien is horrifyingly beautiful. Zim couldn't handle toast. Our Urkin can handle godhood. Race locked. Now we need a weapon. Alright, you knew this was coming. What's a god tier cartoon character without a weapon that can casually vaporize a multiverse, or at least destroy your soul and your Saturday morning? So now we give our character a weapon. And no, not some wooden bat from Ed and Eddie. I'm talking reality bending, logic breaking, fourth wall shattering, overpowered cartoon weaponry. Let's go through our 3 deadly contenders. Contender 1, the Omnitrix. Let me stop you right there. This isn't just a watch. The Omnitrix lets you rewrite your DNA in seconds. Want to be made of pure plasma? Boom. Need to become a being who exists simultaneously in all timelines? It's Tuesday, but here's the kicker. The Omnitrix has its own failsafes, backups, and can even override cosmic level threats like malware and Diagon. It literally has an auto respawn mechanic. Yeah, a weapon that turns you into a planetary extinction event just by tapping it twice. But we already use this universe, so that's out of the picture. Contender 2, the Mask. Imagine putting on a goofy green mask and suddenly violating every rule of physics, causality, and common sense. This thing lets you survive anything, turn into anything, pull anvils, tanks, and entire backup universes out of thin air. If you've ever seen a Looney Tune on hard drugs, that's the Mask with zero restraint. Oh, and you're immortal unless someone gets it off you. Now, which is basically impossible once you go full Jim Carrey. The only problem? It's also full of chaos, and our guy needs precision. Contender 3, Star's Wand. Channeling chaos magic, Star's Wand can create black holes, clone realities, and rewrite existence with sparkles. It's a glitter cannon duct taped to the laws of nature, and she barely needs to try. But all that said, final pick, the Mask. Because what better weapon for a cartoon god than the weapon that makes you a cartoon god? You don't just bend reality, you dunk it like Space Jam.
Eavesdropper.
So with the Mask, we're officially locking in the Mask universe. Gone. Can't use it again, but worth it. On to the next. Next up, we pick intelligence. Now let's talk about IQ. Because brute strength is cute and all, but being so smart you outwit the laws of physics? That's terrifying. Here are 3 of the brainiest maniacs in cartoon history. Contender 1, Rick Sanchez. I mean, come on. He's already the smartest being in infinite dimensions. This man built a gun that hops through multiverses like it's a playlist.
Snooping around. You know how many characters there are in The Simpsons, Morty?
He's taken down gods, bureaucracies, timelines, himself, and morals.
My daughter. She was Rick's daughter, Jerry.
He's basically if Elon Musk, Doctor, Manhattan, and Cthulhu had a baby and it dropped out of college on purpose. But I'm saving Rick and Morty for something later. Trust me. Contender 2, Dexter. Kid's a literal genius. Built a lab bigger than his house. Can time travel, clone himself, and create sentient AI all before bedtime. But the problem, he's still susceptible to getting grounded and getting pantsed by DD, not peak god tier behavior.
Beautiful, but for Dexter, it's just a little...
Contender 3, Brain. This dude tries to take over the world every night and somehow still gets a grant. He's a genetically modified lab mouse with tactical genius, military level planning skills, and more determination than Naruto in a filler arc.
This nation's capital controls the nation.
But he's still a mouse, with a partner named Pinky. Final pick, Dexter. Because unlike Rick, Dexter doesn't need portal guns to be OP. He built his entire power set from scratch as a child. He doesn't just bend the rules, he writes the code for the universe with crayon. So Dexter's lab is locked in. Universe used, next. Alright, now let's choose speed. Now we're talking motion blur so intense it violates OSHA regulations. Contender 1, Kid Flash. Built different, can vibrate through walls, time travel by sprinting, and dodge lasers in slow-mo. But he still needs momentum. Our guy needs none. Contender 2, Roadrunner. Uncatchable, untouchable, unbothered. But like Bugs, we already have been used Contender 3, Sonic the Hedgehog, the Blue Blur. He's outrun black holes, time warps, and existential dread. He's speed in a can, with attitude. And canonically, he's fast enough to dodge light beams, cross galaxies, and still have time for chili dogs. Final pick, Sonic the Hedgehog, because when speed looks this cool, it's not even fair. Sonic X equals used, velocity unlocked. Next up, we have strength. Time to give this god tier cartoon freak some muscle. Contender 1, Major Glory. Literally tosses meteors like dodgeballs. But we already used Dexter's lab. He's out. Contender 2, Jake the Dog. He's stretchier than a fever dream and stronger than most kaiju. He can grow massive, shapeshift mid-fight, and squash mountains just by plopping down. Contender 3, Hulk. I know, Marvel, but this Hulk's a walking natural disaster. Still, we're not using comic-based cartoons. Final pick, Jake the Dog. Because he's not just strong, he's scalable, literally. Muscles on demand, structure bending, and cartoon logic muscles, yes please. Adventure time equals used. Strength maxed out. Now let's get some new drip. The final piece of the puzzle. The thing that ties the whole nightmare machine together. Clothing. Yes, you heard me. Because in cartoons, clothing is never just clothing. It's often the source of invincibility, invisibility, and inexplicable swag. Let's see our elite fashion options. Contender 1, the power suit. This isn't just a jumpsuit. It turns you half ghost. You get flight, intangibility, invisibility, ghost rays, scream blasts, possession, and the ability to fight literal supernatural gods while still passing gym class. But we might need the Danny Phantom universe later, so let's keep browsing. Contender 2, the magic hat. Wanda and Cosmo literally live in a hat. You wear it, you now have infinite wishes. Want to become a planet? Done. Want to be taller than your crush's dad? Also done.
One growth spurt coming up!
Only rule is you can't wish for love, or to bring back the old animation style. Still, we're saving this one too. Contender 3, Raven's Cloak. Lets you teleport, shield your soul, and tap into reality-bending magic. Also, goth energy unmatched. It's low-key the most aesthetic power-up in cartoon history. And now, final pick, Raven's Cloak. It's stylish, overpowered, and perfect for multiversal stealth mode. It enhances magical potential, protects your body and spirit, and makes sure you look intimidating while breaking the laws of the universe. Teen Titans equals used. Clothing finalized. So clothing equals done. Universe equals used. And our character, now officially half demon, with reality-breaking abilities and smarter than your internet provider's router. So there you have it, the strongest cartoon character in all of animated history, a being powered by Toon Force, backed by Dexter-level IQ, decked out in Raven's cloak, and armed with the mask. They don't just fight battles, they cancel the plot, they don't win the war, they fold the multiverse like a paper crane. And if you thought that was insane, wait until you see them go up against every other universe they pulled traits from. Also, if you want to own a piece of cartoon greatness, check out my link below for complete series box sets and exclusive Funko Pops. Support the channel and upgrade your shelf at the same time. And yes, part 2 is coming. You won't believe who this monster faces next. Subscribe, or they might rewrite your show next.